Language is more than just words on a page. It's about how people speak, tones, slang, cultural references. And this is where TV shows and movies come in. They are like your secret weapon to understanding real-life Chinese. Plus, they make the process so much more enjoyable. So let me share how I turn TV shows and movies into my best language teacher. Although Chinese textbooks are useful, they still cannot teach you everything, as natural language spoken in real-life situations differs from what is shown in textbooks. Movies and TV shows, on the other hand, expose you to that authentic natural language used by native speakers daily. You'll pick vocabulary, sentence structures, idiomatic expressions, and even cultural nuances. And of course, watching TV shows and movies is much more interesting than just staring at your textbook and memorizing flashcards, right? The first step is to choose the right content for you, and it depends on your level. For beginners, immediately starting to watch Chinese dramas can be a little overwhelming, so starting with something simple like cartoons can be much more motivating than watching science fiction movie, for example. As your level goes up, you can switch between genres. Make sure to choose movies or shows in genres that you already love, because you're going to forget that you are doing that to learn a language. For beginner and intermediate learners, watching both with English and Chinese subtitles is important. As you get better, you can challenge yourself to watching without English subtitles and at the end turn off the subtitles at all. So how to learn while watching? Although passive watching can be good for relaxation and getting used to language, active involvement helps better comprehension and retention. Here is what I do. I use Chrome extension of FluentU that is suitable for learning from any Netflix or YouTube video with subtitles. I can even import YouTube videos. The app is also comfortable because it allows you to see both English and Chinese subtitles side by side. You can look up any word in the subtitles to get instant translation, extra tips, example sentences, and even links to other videos where this word is used. I clearly remember when I was watching Meteor Garden, I came across the word Yuyan, meaning the language. At that time I didn't know the word, but FluentU broke it down for me, so now it's the word I will never forget. FluentU has also curated video libraries, which is super helpful when you are trying to find authentic content that matches your level. And the integrated review method is amazing. It helps you start with individual words and build up sentences, so you're putting sentences together and constantly improving. If you're serious about making your Netflix time productive, make sure to check out FluentU. It's available on web, iOS, and Android devices. The link is in the description below with a huge discount and free trial for you. Now let's talk about the next stage. I always have a notebook next to myself to write down the sentences to see in which context the words are used. If you find the whole sentences to be too long, no worries, you can just write down the phrases or the collocations as they are called in English. For example, the word 全部 meaning whole, total, all, and you can see the word coming in the context 我还没全部明白, which means I haven't totally understood. So instead of just writing down the word's translation, you can write down the sentence or the phrase in which the word is used. Next time it's definitely going to give you a clue to the context in which the word is used. If you hear an interesting phrase, you can pause the video and try to repeat it out loud. Shadowing technique is actually a widely popular tool to develop physical aspect of fluency, so you can actively use it when learning Chinese too. The main point of shadowing is to listen to a short conversation, pause it, and imitate what you have heard. In the tonal language like Chinese, imitating native pronunciation via such practice will help you work on tones and improve your speaking flow in the long run. What is also good about shadowing is that you don't need hours to do that. We all have those extra 10-15 minutes every day, yes, which is pretty enough for shadowing. You are going to see the results if you are going to work consistently. Coming back to watching movies and TV shows, do not try to understand everything at once. It's simply impossible. You can watch 10, 20, 30-minute episodes per day and focus on picking 3-4 new expressions. And focus on memorizing high-frequency vocabulary that you're going to encounter more often daily. The more episodes you watch, the more words you're going to learn. If you have some extra time, I also advise you to rewatch the episodes without subtitles. All the movies and TV shows contain a huge amount of language information, so watching only once can be not enough in most cases. Rewatching what you have already watched will help you check how good your listening comprehension is and if you can understand the episode with the words that you have already learned. Additional tip can be talking to your friend about the movie or just writing down your overall thoughts about it after watching it repeatedly. You can just write down the description of the main heroes, the main plot, or just your overall impressions about the drama, TV shows, or the movie. It's not only going to help your speaking, but also improve your writing. Talking about specific Chinese TV shows and dramas that you can watch based on your level, I want to start with beginners. As I already mentioned, immediately watching some Chinese dramas can be a little challenging at this point, so starting with some cartoons can be more helpful even as an adult learner, as pronunciation there is clear and understandable. I personally started with Pleasant Goat and Big Big Wolf, a popular series about adventures of goats and a wolf. The language is accessible and there are repetitive dialects helping your comprehension. Another one I would recommend is Big Ear TuTu, about a very curious, energetic boy. It also fits beginner Mandarin learners because of its comprehensible vocabulary. Each episode of these cartoons lasts for around 30 minutes, so even watching one episode per day can be very helpful. I'm going to add the links to these videos down in the description so that you guys can check it out later. Pre-intermediate and intermediate learners who already feel more confident in their language skill can already watch some Chinese dramas. I remember when I was at that level, I was looking for some Chinese dramas and came across the one called Put Your Head on My Shoulder, a nice romantic comedy with the language being not too difficult to pick up. But as I said, understanding everything will still be pretty challenging, but you learn how to navigate with the keywords, understanding the context, and of course learn some words. At this level, you can also watch A Love So Beautiful, another Chinese drama about high school friendship. It is easy yet interesting to watch with some really unfamiliar and useful words covering many areas. You can also check out Meet Your Garden, another Chinese drama about friendship and high school struggles. It's a remake of a popular K-drama Boys Over Flowers, so I'm sure you'll not only learn Chinese but also greatly spend your time enjoying the plot. I'll also add the links to these dramas in the description. For upper intermediate learners of around B2 level or above, watching Chinese TV shows can already be okay. The one that I watched was Where Are We Going, Dad?, which is a reality show about fathers and kids traveling in rural areas. You can still watch some other movies and dramas and decide to switch between genres, whether it's historical dramas or animated films. At this level, more things will already be understandable, but still many things to learn, so don't feel at ease. If you have your own personal recommendations, make sure to share them in the comments. I think Chinese learners are going to find them useful. Finally, make learning the habit. Do not overwhelm yourself watching the whole episodes. You can start with 5-10 minute segments and focus on understanding them before moving to the other parts. As you feel more comfortable, you can watch 20-30 minutes a day, which will add up over time. Make it a part of your daily routine. I know we all have those extra 10-15 minutes before bed when we just scroll social media or watch a short video on YouTube, so why not turn it into a small Chinese language session which is both useful and enjoyable. Set small goals like learning 5 new words from a 10-minute episode or understanding the whole segment without subtitles. Trust me, it's going to give the results in the long run. So that's it guys, this is my take on how to learn Chinese with movies and TV shows. I think it's fun, effective, and gives you a glimpse into the amazing world of Chinese culture. Let me know in the comments which dramas and TV shows you have already watched, or if you have any personal recommendations, also feel free to share them. I think it will be very useful for others. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a like button, subscribe for more of such content, share with your friend who is also interested in Chinese language, and I'm going to see you in the next videos. Bye bye!